MEEP.
We will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
Are you going to the Nocambo this Friday?
The thing was, he was a real nice guy. I felt lousy collaring him. That bum took a swipe at me, I'd put him down with my staff.
Another body, and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
When exactly did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
Please, don't talk to my breasts.
You're the reason brothers and sisters shouldn't marry. Phelps, I think his name is. You brought him to clean up that poor lady's guilt.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to stop him with one round.
Wild.
Hallo? Hallo? My bad. Ich habe Danke gesagt. Für den Tier 3. Und habe gesagt, wir müssen zum Pfandleihhaus und dass wir hier stehen geblieben sind und dass ich schon die Steuerung vergessen habe. Nee, das habe ich nicht gesagt, aber... Gottverdammt. Und ich habe mich über die Frau aufgeregt.
If you take it along with all of the other indicators.
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's ground key. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sakes.
And he always maintained he was set up.
Du redest aber nicht mit uns. Doch, natürlich. Und ich habe gesagt, das habt ihr dann auch nicht gehört, dass wir die jetzigen LA Noire-Fälle, vorausgesetzt meine Stimme ist mit auf der Aufnahme, was ich sehr hoffe, ist mit drinne im Dingsbums Baum. Badabum, badabaum, badabim. Wird auf YouTube geladen. Das wollte ich sagen. Ach Gott, ich bin verwirrt. Erstmal ins Pfandleihhaus und mal schauen. Ja.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. You'll feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip.
Mhm.
mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
23K, dann ist dann Karat oder? Okay.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build. Dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Okay. Ich wollte gerade fragen, vielleicht kann man ja einfach die Überwachungskameras und dann fiel mir ein, wann das Game spielt. Und dann ist mir eingefallen, dass mit den Überwachungskameras that won't work. Aber nun. Huch. Hallo Shishi.
You're behind the wheel.
Dann würde ich sagen, gehen wir zu unserer neuen Leiche und schauen mal,
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Herb is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. The Dahlia letters are genuine. The man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Muller.
And how do we prove that, though? Skipper ain't gonna like this one.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
wir sind also anscheinend einem Massenmörder, ein Frauenmörder unterwegs oder so. Hinterher. Hallo Schnack.
You boys ready? Follow me.
We
Du hast
should
dir ein
keep this
Buch
development
gekauft.
rings under our hat, Toast.
Okay.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it.
Und da ist unser neuer Tatort. Ach, du ahnst es nicht.
Hard.
Mir geht's gut, Shishi. Wie geht's dir?
I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
So. Dann, also, die haben das gefunden. Ja, das solltest du. Okay. Die haben den gefunden. Das ist die Leiche. Wir gucken uns erst die Leiche an. First things first. Hi.
What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age. Lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Ja, der Marathon beginnt um 4. Okay. Na, dann würde ich sagen, untersuchen wir mal die Leiche. Ab 16 Uhr. Ab 16 Uhr. Ah. Ah.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the
Ah!
autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Hört ihr das? Das da? Hört ihr das knacken? Aha! Oh! Unangenehm.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
Dem Arm ist jetzt nix. Okay. Dann haben wir hier noch ihre... Wir fangen mit dem Briefchen an. Liquor Store für Evelyn Summers. 2 große Koffer, kleiner Koffer, Schlafsack, Kissen, Bettlaken. 3 Fotorahmen, Haarbürste, Kegel, Statuette. Make-up, Kleidung.
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
Gut. Dann... Hallo, ich würde gerne sagen, ich kann meine Maus gerade nicht bewegen. Haben wir wieder mal eine coole... Mensch Bar. Das finde ich mal ganz cool, dass wir öfter mal solche Streichholz-Dinger finden. Und wir haben natürlich noch eine Handtasche. Die auch noch ihre ist. Das ist natürlich cool. Haben wir jetzt einen Namen? Evelyn Summers. Schützt das Rechtsgut. Keystone
Go over
Film.
to the lot and see what they know about her.
Yeah.
That's going to be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
Okay. Ja, kriege ich hier keine Übersetzung? Also ich kann es euch auch so vorlesen, aber... Okay, vielleicht nochmal, damit wir auch... Gimme this. David Street, 11 Bridgeport, Connecticut. Dear Evelyn, hope that this letter finds you in a better way than when we last parted. Ah, okay. Bitter words we exchanged. You had taken too much liquor and we both know what that makes you become. Liebe Evelyn, ich hoffe, wenn du diesen Brief erhältst, bist du in einem besseren Zustand als damals, als wir uns das letzte Mal sahen. Schlimme Worte sind damals gefallen. Du hattest zu viel getrunken. Wir wissen beide, was das aus dir macht. Aber ich schreibe nicht, um dich zu ärgern oder zu belehren. Ich schreibe, um mich zu entschuldigen. Mein Herz ist gebrochen, als ich sah, was aus meinem kleinen Mädchen geworden war und was sie sich selbst antut. Du machst mit dem Alkohol deinen Körper und deine Seele kaputt, Evelyn. Und das mit anzusehen, fällt mir viel schwerer, als du dir vorstellen kannst. Aber nur der Allmächtige über uns hat das Recht, uns zu urteilen. Darum möchte ich dich um Vergebung bitten. Ich bin in deinem Namen in dem Sanatorium hier in Connecticut in Verbindung getreten. Sie sagen, dass dein Zustand eine Krankheit ist, und dass man sie behandeln kann. Muss dich nur einweisen. Es wird nicht... Ah ja, wir haben also nur eine Hälfte eines Briefs und anscheinend ist unsere gute Evelyn ein bisschen alkoholkrank. Das ist natürlich ungünstig. Ungünstig, ungünstig. Okay. Was hast du hier noch gefunden?
What are you thinking, Ray?
The city keeps tossing us dead bodies. We're just running to catch up.
Optimistic, Cole.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, das ist doch einfach nur irgendein Müll. Wenn wir hier noch vielleicht irgendwo was finden. Vielleicht reden wir erstmal.
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
Okay. Er lag auf der Frau? What on earth?
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide. John Ferdinand Jameson. We need you to answer some questions, John. If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand? Are you sure you won't be upset? Try me, Ferdinand. I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand. Classic Carmine.
Okay.
Is this yours, Ferdinand? No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick. Rusty, stop. Don't hit him.
Ich weiß nicht, was mit den 40ern und den Triebtätern los ist. Ich kann's euch bei Gott nicht beantworten. Aber wie kann man denn eine Leiche küssen? Eine Leiche. Die ist kalt. Ihr...
Staring at me like I'm some kind of freak.
Du bist ein Freak! Gott. Also... Ich bin gerade, Ich bin legit sprachlos. Ich, weiß gerade nicht, was ich dazu sagen soll. Das ist also, Nun, aber es ist okay. Es ist okay.
You went through her purse? It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
Du hast eine Toilette für die anzuziehen? Bin ich?
Did you take any money? Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick and her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
Okay.
You found the body? Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Plötzlich nicht mehr so selbstsicher, hä?
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury? A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead. I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Fine. You get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
Also, Rusty hat wirklich ein Talent dafür, die einfach immer zu verprügeln, ne? Ehrlich. Oh, was haben wir denn hier? Oh, was ist das? Ja, okay, das ist aber nur Müll. Good morning, ladies. Ja, hi. So, hier haben wir alles. Das haben wir alles untersucht. Die Leiche haben wir untersucht. Dann haben wir eigentlich an sich alles, oder nicht? Okay. Da ist ein Telefon, das leuchtet blau. Das heißt so viel wie, blau leuchtende Telefone sind unsere Freunde. Wir können damit irgendwas machen.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor. Closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thank you.
Okay. Na dann. Was haben wir denn für Orte? Wir haben die Bar und den Liquor Store. Ich werde erst zum Liquor Store gehen. Wir gehen erst zum Liquor Store.
You can drive.
You can drive. Ihr seid jetzt schon gewöhnt von mir, oder?
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
These people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. You spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
Hallo Fenrir. Okay, wir den Channel-Ding haben, dass du selber fahren musst. Oh mein Gott. Warum hasst du mich so? Okay. Hello. Knock knock.
What can I do for you? LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
Ich finde es auch ganz toll, dass wir nie unsere Badges oder irgendwas vorzeigen müssen. Du gehst da einfach rein. Das heißt LAPD und die glauben dir das direkt.
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. You know, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
Oh! Jetzt wird sie erzählen, sie hat hier geschlafen.
She wasn't always such a loner.
Aristoteles Meta.
Evelyn was reading Aristotle.
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Okay. Wer ist Grosvenor McCaffrey? Ich würde gerne an den Zettel rankommen, aber ich komme da ja nicht ran. Mal wieder dumm.
Rollins bowling alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Graham. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
Mhm. Haben wir hier noch?
Exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
Ah, cool, okay. Was ist das?
I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
Okay. Ist das ihre Mom? Oder wo ist es? So die Frage. Wer ist das? Okay. Tüdüm. Und? Was sagst du? Willst du auch mal angucken? Ne? Aber klar. Das hier muss ich alles machen. Ladies. Oh ne, da wollen wir nicht ran. Kann ich hier aufs Klo? Ich muss mal. Okay.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit to pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Das Ding ist, er hält den Augenkontakt. Und dann habe ich immer das Gefühl, die sagen die Wahrheit.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it. But she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
Okay, das ist also sein ernsthaftes Gesicht.
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
Das glaube ich ihm ehrlich gesagt auch.
I got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her staying here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now. To be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
Do you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
Guck mal, und jetzt guckt er wieder weg. Und das heißt für mich,
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seemed to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Robbins.
No problem. Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
wir haben ein neues Outfit. Erstmal die wichtigen Dinge des Lebens. Der Außenseite. Hä? Haben wir das nicht gerade schon gehabt? Aber nicht alles in der Zeitung liest. Ja, egal, dann ziehen wir das einfach mal an. Ich meine, wird schon einen Grund haben, warum wir das jetzt gerade freigeschaltet haben, oder? Und sonst haben wir hier viel Alkohol, aber mehr auch nicht. Gut. Wir haben noch die Bar. Ich würde sagen, zu der gehen wir zuerst, bevor wir bowlen gehen. Ne? Ja. Warum sind die hier eigentlich alle auf Warmblinkanlage? Stehen wir denen im Weg, oder? Warum haben wir so komische Musik? Was ist das, Red?
We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers, what is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
Nun, ask around. Ich meine, so viele haben wir jetzt hier nicht.
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Okay.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
Warum glaube ich ihm nicht? No, no, no.
Or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Okay.
You say you barely knew Evelyn?
Yes, that is correct.
Hä? Moment. Moment. Wait. Das kann gar nicht sein. Stopp.
Lying, McCaffrey. You looked down your nose at Evelyn, but you knew her, and you have some idea of what happened.
I hope you're holding aces. I'm telling you again, I barely knew the woman.
Und warum hat sie dann ein Buch bei sich liegen? Mit deinem Namen?
Why would you lend her your book on metaphysics if you only knew her in passing? It was more than that. A Renaissance man like yourself, lending his books to his acolytes.
She hounded me about that goddamn book, and then she lifts it from my apartment and lies to my face that she didn't take it, as if she could even comprehend any of it. I saw her go into a hotel with Tiernan last night. They had booze in a paper bag. He's your man.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Okay. Ich will gerne trotzdem noch ein bisschen umgucken. Weil, why the fuck not? Liegt hier irgendwo eine Zeitschrift? Oh, da hinten. Oh, okay.
You a friend of Evelyn Summers?
Who's asking?
Very cute. You know who's asking.
I know my rights.
You don't have any. Answer the question.
Evelyn mooches for drinks. I don't have any time for that.
Was that so hard?
Keep writing me, copper.
Okay, also die Zeitung ist nichts für uns. Schade. Ich hatte Hoffnung.
The regulars might have something else to tell you, but I don't.
But I don't. Okay. Oh, seht ihr, das meine ich. Jetzt leuchtet das Licht nicht. Jetzt leuchtet das Licht nicht. Erschieß ihn. Wir erschießen hier niemanden, ja? Wir sind ja nicht so... So sind wir ja nicht. Werden gerufen. Gleich. Lass mich erst gucken. Ich muss hier, also... Wenn ich ihn irgendwie ein... Ding ist... Ach du...
the king, en route. Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps. You need to turn left at the next junction. You're going straight, here.
Okay. Hier geradeaus.
Calling all cars. Citizen reports officer needs help. Shots fired. Officer down. 6th Street and Lindley Place. 6th Street and Lindley Place. Unit to handle code 3. Identify.
Oh, es fährt sich so schwammig.
Take the next left.
Hört ihr manchmal zu? Ja, manchmal. Au!
Okay, at the next corner, go right.
Ist und das passiert, wenn ich dem zuhöre. Ich sollte es einfach lassen.
Keep on straight. You don't need to turn.
Ja, okay.
Straight ahead.
Ja.
Up ahead, you turn left.
Wir spielen zusammen einen Fahrschulsimulator. Auf gar keinen Fall.
Up ahead, you make a right. I need you to take a left at the next corner.
So, hier links. Dann sollte hier links die Bowlingbahn sein.
Breathe, damn it.
Deswegen fahre ich übrigens nicht selber. Nein! Ich wollte nicht ins Zentralrevier! Ah! Ich wollte zur Bowlingbahn! Nein, 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 nein. Ich glaube, ich will es jetzt buggen. Aber ich will...
You know the way. You can drive.
Ich will das zur Bowlingbahn. Das war scripted. Hä, ja, aber keine Ahnung. Ich habe doch keine Ahnung. Ich will doch nicht... Nee, ich will erst zur Bowlingbahn. Ist mir egal, dass das Game sagt, ich soll in die Zentralrevier. Ich will erst zur Bowlingbahn. Ich will bowlen gehen. Hui! Oh, ich hab voll Bock zu bowlen, ne? Ich hab auch ewig nicht mehr gespielt, so. Danke, Corona. Danke.
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
We're conducting an investigation, ma'am. Do you know the name Evelyn Summers?
Sounds like I should. Or maybe it could be Jimmy's friend.
Jimmy?
James Tierney. He's a pin setter. One day he introduced me to a lady after work. It stuck in my mind. Because she was much older, too old for him.
Where can we find Jimmy, Florence?
He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back.
Thanks, ma'am. Let's go get him.
Where's that goddamn waitress?
This is a tasty burger. Down the left side of the alley.
Links neben den Bahnen entlang.
When the hell's the food gonna arrive already? You call these Brits?
Yellow?
Tiernan? LAPD!
Wieder rennt weg! Warum rennt der weg? ahnst es auch einfach nicht. Warum rennt der denn weg? Ja!
Lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn. Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Ich mag das Auto. Können wir das behalten?
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close. Another run. At least we've got the suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to lam it.
Now, your theories are not airtight by any means. Now we've got time to play around, Phelps.
Ich mach keine Dummheiten.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
What the hell?
I'll try to shoot out his tire. Wish me luck.
This isn't a killer. We can at least get him.
Sorry.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves us all some trouble.
Ach Mann! Warum laufen die alle immer in Dings?
Oh, looks like we're going into the tunnels.
God damn it, he'll kill himself.
All right, as long as he doesn't kill us, I'm okay with it. That's the end of that. About fucking time.
Raus da! Warum hüpfen die alle immer vors Auto? Oh mein Gott, ich hasse es. Und warum rennen die immer? Warum hauen die immer alle ab? Die müssen ja irgendwas also die müssen ja irgendwie Dreck am Stecken haben, oder? Oh, ich mag das Auto. Wollen wir das haben? Kann ich das? Oh mein Gott. Das Auto ist toll. Oh ja, das Auto mag ich. Da fahre ich sogar gerne. Wollte er, dass ich jetzt rechts... Ich weiß jetzt nicht, ob er jetzt wollte, dass ich rechts abbiege. Haben wir hier auch eine Sirene? Aber wir haben hier keine Sirene. Oh. Das Auto ist ein bisschen kaputt, oder? Er sagt go right. Ich wusste nicht, ob ich jetzt rechts abbiegen sollte. Ah! Sorry! Ah!
Okay, at the next corner, go right.
Ja, Rusty und ich, wir haben es nicht so mit dem Fahren. Deswegen lasse ich Rusty immer fahren. Woo! LAPD. So, hallo. Okay, downstairs. Wir müssen nach unten. Rusty, ich habe vergessen, wie es nach unten ging. Hier lang.
Need a drink. I got the jitters again. I want to make homicide. You know you made it.
Ah, hallo.
What's this about, Captain? Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say? You sure you want to know, Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, so yours is mortgaged. some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And follow up on Evelyn Summers. I want daily reports.
I can tell you're lying. Your lips are moving.
How bad is it? Come on, you can...
Okay, also dieser... Anscheinend ist es noch dieser Black Dahlia-Fall. Also dieses große...
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case.
Ja, ja.
Dress for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
I've been in this job 20 years.
Dann holen wir mal die Adresse von McCaffrey. Wir müssen dafür wirklich anrufen? Oh mein Gott, wir müssen wirklich anrufen. Wir sind...
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, Badge 1247.
Ich glaube, wir sind legit in unserem LAPD.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thanks for your help.
Sehr gut. Cool. Das sind immer die Hints nicht verstehen. Auch wahr. Okay, das heißt, wir haben die Adresse. Oh, jetzt haben wir das geklaute Auto, oder?
You drive. I need to go over the case notes. Where exactly are we going?
Okay.
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What's it got to do with it?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
Okay. Ah. Moment. Hi. Guck mal doch mal.
McCaffrey is in apartment 6.
Appartement 6. Mhm. Na dann. Ab nach oben. 2. Ja, wir müssen hoch. Fünf und 6 ist da drüben. 7. 8. Hä? Warte mal. Wait. Oh, ich bin die falsche Richtung gelaufen. Ja, nee, rüber bin ich drüber. My bad. LAPD.
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
Terrible shame. Means there's nobody to let us in. You want to do the honors, Phelps?
Ja gut, wenn uns keiner reinlässt, dann gehen wir einfach von alleine rein. Auch kein Problem.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
Guck mal, Blutflecken. Oha!
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you gonna give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation at least.
Also, das sieht blutig aus. Das Ding ist, es ist halt, er hat halt lieber danach, oh, guck mal. Lange dauern, bis du geheilt bist und wieder nach Hause kommen kannst. Ich habe deine Sachen in ein altes Zimmer gestellt und den Schluss an der Tür angebracht. Damit du deine Ruhe hast. Danke. Oh Gott, das ist mich erschrocken. Oh Gott, habe ich mich erschrocken. So, ich weiß, deine Adresse hat sich geändert. Ich kann also nicht sicher sein, dass der Brief dich erreicht. Ja, toll. Danke. Für nix. Aber ich bitte darum, dass er es tut und dass du darüber nachdenkst, was ich gesagt habe. Okay. Your Mama.
Don't think this is any use to us. Circumstantial.
Nichts Besonderes. Er hat halt überall Bücher, der Typ, ne? Habe ich jetzt irgendwas übersehen? Ich muss mal kurz meine Haare wieder ordentlich zusammen machen. Ja, beruhig dich. Beruhigen. So. Nach oben, ja. Warum erkennen die uns auch einfach eigentlich alle? Ist irgendwo... Ah, Roof Access. Da.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Running on a hangover, McCaffrey.
Oh!
Down and we'll talk.
Oh mein Gott, warte mal, der ist hier runter, oder? Oh, wow. Hä? Hallo? Ich habe ihn doch getackelt, oder nicht? Oh mein Gott, das ist er gar nicht! Oh! Oh! Unangenehm.
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
Hallo! Ich will hier drüber! Stop it! Warte! Bleib stehen!
Give it up, LAPD.
Oh Gott! Gewonnen!
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tiernan set him up. Don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you?
That guy is dead. Naja.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the dog?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, General?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want the confession from one of them.
Von einem der beiden ein Geständnis. Okay, also der eine ist in der 1, der andere ist in der 2. Einer?
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Okay.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Hä? Warte, Moment. Wir müssen gucken, was haben wir hier alles. Lippenstiftbuch, Schnapskauf. Opfer ist mit Tieren in einer Mordnacht in einem Hotelzimmer gegangen. Gilt das als Lüge dann?
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
How can you possibly prove Evelyn and I were more than friends?
Vielleicht, weil ihr zusammen in einem fucking Hotelzimmer gegangen seid. Und da.
McCaffrey gave you up, Tiernan. He says he saw you go into your hotel with Evelyn.
I met Evelyn at the public library. We would read for a while and then go for a drink. Last night, we went back to my hotel room and had some more to drink. I must have passed out. I woke up and she was gone.
What time was this?
Around midnight, maybe later.
And there's no one who can confirm this.
No, there isn't. I knew you wouldn't believe me.
Okay.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it.
She wanted something of his.
Ich glaube dem nicht viel.
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
Well, McCaffrey's been in trouble with the law before. I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of labor dispute, but, you know, I'm not so sure.
You
Okay.
and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
Wobei, oh, ich meine, sie hat ja Schnaps für einen Typen gekauft, weil die sich gestritten haben. Ich versuche das jetzt als den Beweis. Aber weiß nicht, ob das gut ist.
I'm not lying. She got up and left. That was it.
Halt so rum.
She left, but she came back. She bought you a quart of whiskey to make it up to you. She told the liquor store owner. You're in deep trouble, buddy.
She said she loved me. She wanted to care for me.
Oh.
She would never stop talking about McCaffrey.
Er ist eifersüchtig, oder?
McCaffrey was a writer, McCaffrey was a hero, McCaffrey cared for the little guy.
Did you kill her, Tiernan?
I might as well have. I kicked her out. She had nowhere to go.
Oh.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
No, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Der ist nervös. Er ist so nervös.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Okay, Moment.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Okay, weil ich will den anderen noch verhören. Also es ist halt, der andere ist in... Der 2. Hallo, Olli! Whee!
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
Oh, ich hasse ihn, ne?
Police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
Also er lügt, definitiv. Okay, dann ist es eine Lüge. Definitiv eine Lüge.
Lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
Naja, wir haben den Brief gefunden. Ein Teil bei dem Opfer, ein Teil...
About half of Augusta Summers' last correspondence with her daughter.
What are you talking about?
After you were done beating Evelyn, you searched her and found her mother's letter. That old lady's anguish amused you.
I know nothing about a letter or Evelyn's goddamn mother.
So what was it doing on your writing desk?
I don't know, but if I didn't put it there, somebody else did.
Ja, na klar.
Try exercising your powers of deduction on that.
Was haben wir für Beweise? Oh, wir haben Anschuldigungen von ihm. Ich behauptet, dass dem Opfer von Ross McGaffrey auf jeden Fall Gewalt angedroht wurde. Ah, okay.
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
Ja, weil...
I don't believe you, Grosvenor. The evidence says that you killed her.
You can prove that I wanted to kill Evelyn?
Tiernan is prepared to testify that you threatened Evelyn's life in his presence.
Self-preservation. That's understandable. Okay, I'll level with you.
Oh Gott, jetzt
Tiernan
kommt's.
killed Evelyn. He came to me for help. I listened to him, and he explained why he did it.
Tiernan went to you for help. You expect me to buy that?
That's how it went down. I told him he made a terrible mistake, but he would be throwing his life away if he went to the cops. I took his things and told him I would dispose of them.
But you didn't.
Speak to Tiernan. He'll give it up.
Hä? Was bist du für ein komischer Typ? Warum habe ich jetzt ein Telefonding? Telefon.
Advice? You need some leverage. If McCaffrey was in the crotch, R&I will have his service records.
I don't care. I don't go in for letting gangsters off scot-free.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Aha.
Thanks, ma'am.
Ah ja. Wait. Er hat die Frau fast totgeschlagen? Ach, ich hasse Männer. Gott. Das Ding ist aber, er hat gesagt, dass er das war.
You spoken to McCaffrey? I can go. It's all been cleared up.
Not quite. We have one more question we need to ask, James. Then I think we will be done.
Sure. Go ahead.
So Evelyn passed out.
Kennt ihr richtig Mumm?
What happened?
Ja. Der geht auf Frauen.
In the morning. Very hungover. I thought Evelyn would have come back.
Was? Warte mal. Ich
I know you're lying, James. You went out looking for her. Tell me what really happened.
I don't know what you're talking about. How can you say I wasn't in that hotel room?
Hat er nicht gerade gesagt, warte, hätte gestanden und um Hilfe bei der Beseitigung der Beweise gebeten. Das heißt, er muss ja bei McCaffrey gewesen sein.
You were still incredibly drunk. You passed out on his floor. It's time to tell me what really happened.
McCaffrey woke me up the next morning. And he showed me the lug wrench and the letter and the box. And he said I came in with him last night. He said that I killed Evelyn. And then it was all over the radio. and that he would protect me. And I don't know, Detective, for the life of me, I can't remember a goddamn thing. I was angry with her. Really angry. I could have done it.
Glaube ich nicht.
Was it me?
Ich glaube das nicht. Ich glaube es nicht. Also warte. Es ist im Prinzip genau das jetzt gerade passiert, was dieser McCaffrey gesagt hat. Ne? Es ist genau das passiert. Er hat gesagt, geht zu ihm hin, er wird alles beichten. Weil er ihn manipuliert hat. Warum kann ich jetzt nach seinem Militärdienst fragen?
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw. It changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All
Der Typ ist
I wanted
komisch.
was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
Ja, das stimmt doch aber gar nicht. Es gab doch Gewaltverbrechen.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
Weil ich deine Akten sehen kann, du Dummkopf? Tätlichen Angriff und Rauswurf aus der Armee?
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge. Beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore. She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have.
You beat her because she stole from you. Because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do?
Ah ja.
Take it? How is a man supposed to call himself a
ja.
Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Yo.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging
Boom.
you with the murder of
Ja,
Evelyn.
Min.
She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys. You bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot in a prison graveyard.
Oh Lord. Woo. Woohoo. Aha. Aha. Rausgetappt versehentlich. Oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott. 600. Okay, aber wir haben alle Hinweise und alle Fragen richtig. Wir haben vielleicht ein bisschen kaputt gemacht, das Fahrzeug. Upsi. Aber das ist okay. Shit happens. Okay. Immerhin wieder ein erfolgreicher Case closed. Yes.